What's up YouTube, and welcome to my channel. My name is Dom Jimenez, aka Mimic God, the owner of the streetwear brand Namiwear. I wanted to formally introduce myself to you guys and let you know how I started Namiwear and where I came from before I was doing Namiwear. I founded Namiwear in 2018, and before that I had a clothing brand called Mimic Clothing that I ran for 5 years, from 2011 to 2017. It was around the end of my first clothing brand that I decided I wanted to continue my path with clothing, but in a new business, in a new field, and I really loved anime. Anime got me through a lot growing up. It gave me a lot of confidence. It helped me learn a lot of lessons, and it was there for me when I really didn't have anything and I didn't have any friends, and I needed that boost to push through and chase my dreams. And that's when I started Namiwear. I wanted to really give people that sense of, you can do this, you can chase your dreams, you could be whatever you want to be. And that's what Namiwear stood for me when I began this brand. To get to know a little bit more about me and the full story of how I even got into clothing, I need to take you back to 9th grade for me in Oxford, Pennsylvania, a very small Amish town. I just got into anime. I was really heavy into Naruto, and I was also just always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing. I loved making, little picture books with my friends. We made comic books. We made our own versions of Pokemon books, manga, flip books. When I got to 9th grade, I really wanted to stand out. I didn't have a lot of friends, and I was also still kind of new to the town, but I really loved drawing, and I really always loved expressing myself. So I had a friend, Ryan. He was an older guy, and he had some younger brothers that I was friends with, Chris and Matt, and Ryan went to art school. So I got to see a lot of his artwork really early on. I think I was like 12 or 13. I got to see a lot of his artwork, and that really inspired me and made me want to draw and take things a little bit more seriously at a very early age. And he also was drawing on his clothes. He had some Dragon Ball Z jeans that I really thought were dope. He had Dragon Balls on the back pocket with a giant Shenron going up the leg, and that made me really want to try making my own clothes and having cool stuff to wear to school. And this was around the time where kids were wearing those big ass Casper, Gangster Casper and Gangster Looney Tune clothes, and I didn't have any money, so I had to go to the store and get some blank shirts. I got some markers and I drew up my own stuff. I made myself some Superman pants. I made myself a couple shirts that I could really wear to school. And that's when people started paying me. They started coming to me requesting me to draw stuff for them. How I got started drawing clothes in general, drawing clothes for other people, drawing clothes for myself, was because of what I saw Ryan doing and what his brothers were doing, and I thought that was really dope. To get to know a little bit more about me and how I approach business, I have to take you back a little bit further than 9th grade. I started my first business when I was in, I want to say 5th or 6th grade. My mom bought me a snow cone machine one summer, me and my sister, and my sister was running the business, and I would just design flyers and promote. I don't know where I came up with this skill. I just sat down in my room, got a bunch of pieces of paper, cut them up, drew snow cones and stuff on it with our address, and I rode my bike around this town. This was in Fort Lewis, Washington. Rode my bike around town and dropped off flyers in people's mailboxes. I didn't know it's illegal to do that because I was a little kid. I didn't know any better, but something clicked in my body to where I was like, this is how I gotta promote this. I have to market this. I didn't know anything about marketing or commercial, anything. I didn't know anything about business, but I knew people had to know that I had a business to go to get business. And maybe the first week I did this, we had a line down the street, a crazy line. And my sister, my sister, she's younger than me, is running the snow cone business, and it's a line down the block. My mom's like standing outside assisting her, making sure like, you know, nobody fucking kidnaps her or whatever. But yeah, even before I was into clothing, I knew that I was into marketing. I didn't know what it was though. I just was very naturally gifted at selling. Selling has always been in my blood. Even before that, Pokemon cards, I was selling cards, I was trading cards, trading games, trading information, trading cheat codes. Things like that really got me into business, and that's how I got to this point today. So let's fast forward to when I started my first clothing line officially, Mimic Clothing, in 2011. I had just turned 20 years old. I was in and out of school, like in and out of college, dropping out, just because I don't know if I felt like that path was gonna take me where I wanted to go. I don't know if I felt like that path was gonna take me where I wanted to go as far as a career. I spent a lot of time just in and out of semesters, just going, not going. I skipped a lot of classes just to be home and watch anime, watch TV, play video games, things like that. I just really wasn't feeling school, which is weird because I'm literally in my master's program right now, about to finish my MBA. I have like 2 classes left. So I did end up going back after, I don't know why I went back. I didn't need a degree to do what I'm doing right now. I learned what I wanted to learn. I got out and I started doing it. But yeah, when I was 20, I started Mimic Clothing. That was my first clothing brand. And I did my first prototypes in 2011. Shortly after I did my prototypes, I got contacted from somebody at VH1 because they were shooting a show called Black Ink Crew. Now, I didn't know what it was. I was still new. I was very naive. I had a lot of people scam me. I had a lot of people get some free shit out of me. But this plug at VH1 did end up getting me on TV. So I'm grateful for all the people in New York that helped me. I ended up living in New York for 1 year, but I'll get to that in a second. So I get the clothes on TV. I'm like, man, I made it. Like I'm about to really do something. And then it just started going downhill. I ended up working at a fucking factory. Shout out to Tasty Cake. Shout out to hers. I ended up working at both of these factories for a short amount of time under industrial ovens, like literally cleaning under giant ovens. It's 150 degrees. Everybody in the fucking place it's just so loud. I have earplugs in. I'm dirty as hell. I'm stinky. I got a beard net on. And I'm just saying to myself, damn, man, like I really fucked up. How did I end up in this situation? How did I end up in a situation where I'm cleaning under a giant oven? I'm not out here like living my dream. What happened? And shortly after that, I think one day I was just in there and I was miserable as hell and I just quit. The first job, Tasty Cake. I'll talk about Tasty Cake real quick. When I went to that job, I was making like a lot of money. I only worked there 2 weeks. I made a lot of money in that 2 weeks. But they ended up trying to fire me and make me work like for a lower amount of money. And I did 1 day with the amount of money that was like lower. And I had to work literally right next to all the people that I just worked for or just worked with, and they fired me. I was like, oh, this is humiliating, man. I'm not doing this shit. And I said, hey man, I gotta go on break. And I literally left and I never came back. That's how I quit that job. And then like a few weeks later, I got the job as a temp at hers, which is like a chip factory in Pennsylvania. They make like potato chips. I worked there for like 3 months, but even that job, one day I went in there, I was just miserable as hell. I was like, yo, this isn't my life. I can't be in here. I can't just, I can't box up chips. I can't box up chips for the rest of my life. I can't do this. I did the same thing. I went on a break and I went home and I never came back. So shout out to hers. And a few months later, I moved to New York. I lived in Staten Island. So shout out Staten Island. So 2014, 15, I moved to Staten Island. I lived there for a year and nothing was stopping me. I really said, I have to go out here and get every opportunity I can. I met a lot of people. I, did a lot of things that I normally wouldn't have access to. Like I was at clubs till like 5 o'clock in the morning because I was in a little farm town with nothing, with no opportunity, nothing at all. And I always felt like, damn, I'm so out of the box here. Like I don't belong in this town. It's so small. There's nothing to do. I can't be creative. I can't express myself. People are looking at me weird. I just do not fit in here. So, oh man, I went home. I got another job. I don't know why I did this to myself. I got another fucking job. I got a job working at this computer place, fixing computers. They were paying good money. It was part-time. They let me do what I want. So I guess that's why I did it. I was like, all right, it's a little extra money, whatever. But I did that. And I said to myself one day, I was like, man, I fucking hate it here. I hate doing this. I hate these people. I hate being here. They're annoying. I don't want to do this shit no more. And I quit. I didn't have no money saved, nothing. I quit and I took my ass to California. That's when I met my girlfriend, now my wife, Bria. I think we were already talking when I had this job, but I was like, I'm just gonna go be where I want to be and be happy. I could be miserable. This is what I told myself. I was like, I could be miserable somewhere I really want to be. I'm not gonna be miserable somewhere I hate. So I left. I just moved to California. I lived with my girlfriend and that's how I got to California. And that was around the end of Mimic. So it's my first year in California. I'm living in Lancaster, California, about an hour from LA. And I'm thinking, damn, I'm in California. This is so cool. I can go to LA. It's only an hour away. Not knowing an LA hour is like 3 hours. Like traffic's gonna make it take forever. Even if you're only an hour away, it's gonna be 3 hours. So I wasn't in LA as much as I should have been, but I did make connections there. That's where I got to meet Patrick Cloud. That's where I got to meet a lot of All Dev Digital. That's where I built a lot of actual Hollywood connections to push my corporate stuff. So I was in California. I didn't have a job because I just quit that job. I was selling shirts and it just started to slow down. Mimic just started to slow down and faded away. I wasn't really putting a lot of stuff out, but I was getting more heavy into illustrating. I was illustrating as a cartoonist for a long time before that, but I really started pushing like selling commissions and things like that, doing logos, because I couldn't find a job. I already had 2 degrees. I was still in school and I couldn't find a job. And that's when I got approached to do Namiwear. Namiwear was really just based on what I already did with Mimic, because Mimic was a pop culture brand that I took my logo and I just flipped it to pop culture, anime, comic books, things like that, and sold shirts. But this was with a financial backer, and this was a long time ago with a financial backer, and that's how I did the first pieces, with the financial backing. And it took a long time to get our clothes, because I guess the dudes in China just weren't trying to work with us or something. I don't know. But it took a long time to get our stuff. So we debuted a whole year later. Around this time, like, I got married. I was super sick. What else happened? I met Jordan Peele. I got to do a movie premiere, like with some artwork I did. I got to meet Jordan Peele. And shit, what else? My wife got pregnant with our first kid, Milo. And yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on for that year. And 2019, November 2019 is when we debuted at Anime NYC. So Anime NYC was where a lot of you guys saw Namiwear for the first time. I had just put up the Instagram page, and now we're here. That's how we got to become Namiwear. You guys know me. If you know me, you know me for the Naruto puffer jacket. And this is one of our, biggest pieces. So you know me for this jacket. I do a lot of other stuff, and I hope you guys stay tuned. I want to do more videos like this where I'm talking to you and I'm giving you a little bit more background, a little more knowledge about who I am and what I do. And if you like this video, please, 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 please subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. Like this, share this, whatever you gotta do, man. I don't care. I don't care what you gotta do. Get this to somebody. Let them know. Let them see this. See where I came from. I hope it inspires you. But until next time, I'm out. Peace.